Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report. I'm Charles Firth, and with me, as always, is
Dom Knight, although it's not always, because from tomorrow Andrew Hansen's going to do it for a bit, so almost
right,
always.
Yeah.
Anyway, nevertheless, lovely to be back on another instalment of
Welcome to the Future.
now available as a standalone podcast as well, although this is the version in the Chaser Report feed, of course.
Yes. So today, I've decided there is a Bluetooth product.
Oh, thank goodness.
But we're going to start off with a gadget that it's a bit of a roller coaster of a ride, Dom.
Yeah.
If I'm being quite honest, because
Okay.
it just I don't know. Well, I don't know where to start. It's called the PhotoStick Omni, and
Sounds amazing. Omni means it does everything.
basically, its website says that if you plug it in, like you don't, it sort of solves the problem of backing up all your files, because the promise that it makes on its website is you just plug it in and you don't have to do anything.
Good.
It just sucks, or it just finds all your photos, finds all your files, and puts them on the little thumbnail
So you
drive.
just plug it in and it just does all of
Yes.
that. I've heard of some viruses that do that, Charles.
Exactly. It's basically a hacking device. And that's actually what got me interested in it, because it's also ridiculously expensive. It's $157 Australian.
Right.
Right.
But what price snooping
And-
on your child by plugging a device into their laptop and crafting out all the stuff they've downloaded that I don't want you to know about?
But also, snooping on your colleagues.
Sure.
Like, it immediately made me go, well, next time we're in the same room, Dom, and just slip it into your hard drive, blackmail material up the wazoo. It'd be amazing.
I mean, I think the most embarrassing thing would be the lack of blackmail material, to be honest.
But the thing is that so you sort of go, this has got to be a sort of an illegal hacking device.
Yeah.
That actually, or just a malware sort of device that is being marketed at suckers, but actually, the main use for it is with hackers. But the more I digged, the more I went, I don't know what's going on, because the website itself is pitched squarely at pensioners and sort of old people. It keeps using the phrases such as, no matter how comfortable you are with technology, you'll be able to use this device, and it's got this picture of this old pensioner woman whose qualification is pensioner, Monique R. Pensioner.
Right.
This little device backed up over 5,000 pictures in just a minute. And it's all about how, I love the Omni Stick, the PhotoStick Omni. I got it from my grandson, who's seen me struggle for days trying to understand smartphones and computers. He gifted me this device, and it did all the work for me. I found so many pictures I thought I'd lost forever. So the whole idea is, you don't understand computers, you've taken holiday photos, this will find all the photos for you. And you sort of go, actually, maybe this is not such a bad product. And the idea is you can also, it's not just computers, you can plug it into your Android phone and it sucks all your photos out of that as well. So you can literally, like, if you're in a crowded square, you could take this PhotoStick Omni and then just, go up to strangers. And,
Amazing. Or if
furtively.
if you're entering customs at, I don't know, Shanghai Airport or something, and the Chinese authorities want to just get all the documents off your computer in 1 second,
Yes.
just plug this thing in and all the potentially incriminating stuff you have, it will just get crafted out. What an amazing thing to use when they interrogate, I don't know, democracy activists in Hong Kong.
I know, it's perfect. It's the perfect device. And, or, like there's lots of countries. I'm sure America would probably be interested. The only thing is, if you then go to the reviews, it is, quite honestly, the worst reviewed product I think I've ever seen on this podcast, right? So it actually gets a little bit over 1 star on Amazon.
Gosh.
And Google reviews is similar. It's got lots of reviews. They're all 1 star except for one. I'll read you the one that doesn't have 1 star, and you can see whether it's an SEO bot. But for example, this woman Elizabeth from 2 months ago. If I could give it a 0, I would give it a 0. If you think you can plug this into your Android and it will pull off all the photos and videos, it doesn't. I haven't got 1 photo downloaded. You have to download an app and follow the instructions. And if you do, it still doesn't download any photos to the photo stick.
Wow.
I'm 74 with no kids to bother with this. This was advertised as the panacea to all my problems. Easy as 1, 2, 3. They say, ha! And they say you can return it for any reason at all within 60 days of shipment. You can't. I'm fighting their refusal now. Don't buy it. Right. So, and that's the general tenor of, like, I won't go through all the reviews because they're all basically there.
I mean, if people are curious, they can just buy a device that goes through the internet and finds all the bad reviews of this product and puts them all in one place.
That's right. Yeah. The review stick Omni. But but the thing is that it sort of is also a bit of a relief because, this is a terrible device. The idea that you can just plug a device in and it sucks out all your thing. At least, the CIA and the NSA and ASIO won't be buying up photostick Omnis and shoving them in all our computers. Like, I can rest a bit easier having read all these reviews. The only thing is, it then gets... Because the website actually is customised for Australia. It's got, like, Channel 7 logo, Channel 9 logo. It's one of those sort of very, Demtel style... Very slick website.
As seen on TV.
But the thing is, it actually, it sounds like it's a proper scam, right? Which is that, so if you try and return it, what happens is the complaint engine, you can press a button saying, I want to return it, I want a refund. And then the little chat engine doesn't let you enter any more text. You can't actually enter any more text. And then after 2 minutes, it says, well, you obviously don't want a refund anymore.
Oh,
and
wow.
logs you out.
So you also need a device to find the place where you get the refund and search through the whole of the internet to actually find the people. So in other words, they're much better at designing chatbots that don't let you get a refund than they are designing photostick Omnis.
But I think it's genius. I think that is the true innovation of this company, is to invent a chatbot that, with all the latest AI, they could have created an AI that convincingly convinces you to not buy it or just keeps you in a circle that of growing frustration for hours and hours and hours. But instead... It's such a simple thing to just stop you from typing the moment you hit the button.
It sounds...
And there's so many people who've fallen for it as well.
It sounds disgraceful, Charles. It sounds completely appalling and a violation of basic consumer rights. And also, I think we need it for the chasershop.com.
That's right.
Refund page.
So if you want that... I'm sorry, I said it was 150 cents. It's actually $152.70 Australian. And you can get it at... the very user-friendly, pensioner-friendly website, which is called getthephotostick.omni.io is the official website.
Yeah, so as opposed to get the photostick Omni refund.qe.xwp tilde whatever.
The Chaser Report. Less news, more often.
Okay, now, so the next gadget on this list is called the Flick.
The Flick?
Now, can you guess what the Flick is?
I mean, I'm imagining, given the way this podcast normally goes, it's a flick knife with Bluetooth to just let you know stabbing pressure. You just sever a carotid artery. What did you manage to do? Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm just going to make a note of that. I want to review a Bluetooth knife. We'll come to that next week. Oh, should we just do it now? There's a Bluetooth knife. There's a Swiss Army knife with Bluetooth.
Oh my gosh! Well, hold that thought, and let's talk about the Flick.
We will come back to that possibly next week. So this one is just there's just so many different angles to this. It's hard to know where to start. But the Flick is, of course, a middle finger light that you attach to the back of your car, so that you can give people the middle finger in traffic.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So it's a remote giving the bird light.
Now, what would you think about that? If you saw somebody in front of you, cut you off, and then have a middle finger light, out the back of their truck, what would you think, Dom? Would you go, oh, that's rather amusing, it diffuses all my rage? Or would you get out your Glock and start shooting?
I wouldn't get out my Glock, but I'd probably accelerate in the back of the car. That's probably what I'd do. I'd probably it would give me a momentary burst of fury. Although, to be fair, given my general approach to life, I'd probably need a light that says, "I'm terribly sorry, I didn't mean to give any offence."
Yeah, that's right.
Instead,
yeah. Obviously aware that this is a potential lawsuit, waiting to happen. The manufacturers of the flick, which is Flicked LLC, and the name of the company becomes important later on, advertises their device as increasing communication in traffic, which increases awareness and encourages better behaviour. It actually, somewhere on the website, it says that it reduces road rage.
Wow.
It diffuses road rage. That's right. Diffuses road rage because everyone is laughing. Is the sales pitch, right?
And right until they have to rock it through the back window and into the flick.
So, and the reason why I just sort of noted that it was Flicked LLC that made this claim is that there are, in fact, two almost identical devices that are available. There's Flick Original, or Original Flick
1.0, right?
Yeah, and there's The Flick.
Oh,
right. One is manufactured by Flicked LLC. Well, I'm sure they all come out of the same factory, but one is marketed by Flicked LLC. The other one's marketed by Flick Me, which is a Brooklyn-based sort of internet startup that's all trendy.
Who are the people who call raising your middle finger to somebody in an activation? Since when is that flick? That's not a...
Flick the bird.
Flip the bird. You don't flick the bird.
Oh, is that flip the bird?
Flicking the bird would be like an RSPCA violation.
Well, I'm not sure. So this is the thing. Not only is the desire to give somebody the middle finger so great in the US that there's two companies competing for this
amazing.
Sort of
crowded space.
Crowded
it's
marketplace.
a tech arms race.
Yeah. It's clearly just a slightly dodgy thing to put on your car. So the Flick Me people, the Brooklyn people, note in their marketing that it is a 100% legal gesture to put on your car.
Right.
Like you're allowed, you've got First Amendment rights to give the middle finger. And it notes, very usefully, that it is compliant lighting for your car in almost all states.
Almost all states, right.
So that's very useful.
Well, I mean, it seems to me a complete sociopath's dream. But it does make me think, Charles, I can really imagine the value of one of these, absolutely giant, 300-metre tall one, at the border between Ukraine and Russia. Can you imagine, just whenever Putin does anything, gives a speech, launches weapons, just light up the massive fuck off sign?
And the thing is that if we follow the marketing of Flicked, what that actually would do is increase communication between Ukraine and Russia. It would increase awareness and encourage better behaviour.
It would lead to peace.
It would diffuse the rage that Putin feels.
Yeah, I think you could use it everywhere.
The middle finger.
Put one up in the DMZ in between North and South Korea and just and India and Kashmir, every troubled border. Just get one of these things. Everyone will be so busy laughing at the hilarious flipping the bird that the world peace will break out.
The thing is, it's interesting that you mention that it'd be really good to have an oversized middle finger because how big do you think this light is? It goes for $76 in Australia. How big? Because one of the things that many reviewers have noted in marking it down is that it is in fact quite small.
Yeah, I'm imagining about 15 centimetres, barely visible.
Yes.
Right.
No, and the thing is, and the other thing that all the Australian reviewers note is that you can't actually see it at all when it's daylight.
Oh, perfect.
So the light is not quite light enough to light up. You can't see that it's
so in other words, when you illuminate the light the person
Yes.
behind you won't actually have a massive episode of road rage.
Yes.
Instead, they'll drive really close so they can see what the light says, thereby tail-ending you.
And maybe that's why they always break into laughter. It diffuses road rage because they're laughing. It's such a pathetic device.
You thought that
In
was
the
going to
back-
be hilarious. Did you think that was a good idea? Actually, no, I completely get it. It's a brilliant
You
idea.
spent $76 on that.
So that's it, Charles. I would like a light that I can hold up in the podcast to tell you to fuck off as we're recording. I think that would be very, very useful, and it would be very
Ooh.
funny.
Visual gags work very well.
That would be the beauty of it.
Podcast, audio,
The listeners wouldn't be
medium.
able to see,
Oh, I see.
but you would.
Yes.
Whenever you
Yes.
plug your tour, I just shine
Yes.
the light telling you to just shut up.
My tour, wankonomics.com,
Actually,
available on national tour from yesterday.
that's the sign we need, is just a hand masturbating for whenever you talk about your business.
Okay, well, there you go. That's it for today. That's welcome to the future. Look, we will eventually, like the products that we review, we will eventually get a website up and running.
Yes, indeed.
And post reviews of all these wonderful devices. We haven't done it yet, but we will. We will totally do it. In the meantime, I don't know, maybe go to wankonomics.com and buy tickets to my show.
And when you're there, you know which sign to illuminate whenever a joke falls flat. Gears from Road, we're part of the Iconoclast Network.
See you later.